Hi everyone, my name is Gyaru. Today I will be presenting how Japanese street style redefines national identity. I will focus on the Gyaru subculture to explore how fashion can serve as a form of rebelling against the traditional norms of in Japan. Let's start by looking at these two images. On the left, we have the traditional Japanese school uniform. On the right, a gyro style photo. Here's a question. Are both considered Japanese fashion? Although they both originate from Japan, their meanings are completely different. The uniform represents order and modesty, while Gyaru is rebellious and challenges traditional norms. This contrast leads us into today's topic: how young Japanese women use fashion as a form of identity rebellion. Today's outline. First, I will introduce the background of Gyaru culture. Then, I will explain the theoretical framework of identity rebellion. Next, I will move to a case analysis of Gyaru revolution. Finally, I will conclude and open for discussion. Gyaru, a word derived from the English girl, emerged in Japan in the 1970s. It refers to young women who dye their hair from chestnut to blonde, wear relatively revealing clothes, and embrace a bold, white attitude. They challenge traditional ideas of modest femininity. Let's quickly watch a short clip to get a feel of the Gyaru style. Now, let's move to the theoretical framework. Modern suggests that Lolita fashion draws criticism not because it eroticizes youth, but because it subverts social norms. Similarity, Gyro challenges the mainstream ideal of the young mental fantastical, the pure, modest Japanese woman, but by adopting flashy, sexy looks, Gyaru women refuse to conform to traditional gender roles. Fashion here becomes an active tool for social resistance. I'm comparing two subcultures here, Lolita and Gyaru. Although their styles seem very different, they share some underlying similarities. Lolita fashion resists societal expectation by embracing extremely cute, fairy tale-like imagery, refusing to grow up in the way society demands. Gyaru, on the other hand, resists by rejecting traditional beauty norms with sexy, bold, and provocative looks. The social reactions are also telling. Lolita is often seen as strange and detached from ordinary life, while Gyaru is perceived as rebellious and antisocial. Despite their differences, both groups are challenging society's expectation of women. Here we have supporting evidence. Kinsella, known as Ganguro girls, tanning and bleached hair deliberately, rejected the ideal white skin linking to purity. Additionally, kangaroo girls adopted so-called delinquent posture, like squatting in public, to mock middle-class femininity. Through this visible practice, Gyaru fashion clearly expresses social resistance. In this case analysis, we explore how Gyaru evolves while maintaining its core theme of resistance. Initially, early kangaroo girls resisted strict school regulation and traditional beauty standards by modifying their uniforms and adopting a wide image. Kangaroo girls took the rebellion further. They not only challenged Japanese beauty norms but also rejected Western fashion influences, creating an authentic domestic Japanese style. As Gyaru attracted media attention and caused a moral panic, it spread beyond the upper class. The establishment of Shibuya 109, a shopping complex for Gyaru fashion, helped make the style more accessible to working class girls. Gyaru's survival is largely due to this transformative nature. Older Gyaru became so close, mentoring younger florists and new subgenres such as Gyaru and Yamamba, continuously reinvent the style to resist normalization. Therefore, Gyaru is not a static subculture but a dynamic, evolving resistance against the dominant societal norms. In conclusion, first, Gyaru fashion clearly embodies visual resistance against the traditional forms. Second, unlike the softer defiance of Lolita, Gyaru used bold, aggressive imagery. Finally, through constant transformation and class expansion, Gyaru continues to challenge mainstream expectation even today. To conclude, here are two questions. First, does Gyaru commercialization weaken its original spirit of resistance or help spread to the subculture to more people? Second, both Gyaru and the Lolita resist the societal expectation. Why might Gyaru be seen as less Japanese than Lolita, especially from Western perspective?